Good morning, traders, and welcome to followmetrades.com Real Traders Club live session on Monday, October 30th, 2023. All right, weekend's over. We're back to work Monday morning, and the market is open. Let's see what's going on. Stocks bounce as S&P 500 tries to climb out of correction territories. On Friday, the S&P officially was down 10% from its high into correction territory. Now trying to climb out of it. And breaking news, GM reaches tentative deal. UAW ending strikes at the Detroit automakers after 6 weeks. Well, that's good news. Hey, Michael, good morning to you. Let's look at oil. Oil has gone down. It's at 84. If you remember, recently it was in the mid 90s. So it's pulled back. Was up there in the mid 90s. Pretty sharp pullback. Stabilizing around mid 80s right now. Hey, Shiv, good morning to you as well. So the big question is, do we have a year-end rally? We've got the Fed decision on November 1st, this Wednesday. That's a big deal coming up, and there's lots of opinions being written about that. Some people are convinced they will raise rates. Some are convinced they will not. Other analysts are convinced that we got a rally coming here the last 2 months of the year. So we'll just kind of trade the realities as they play out. McDonald's turned in some good numbers. McDonald's revenue climbs 14%. Price hikes boost U.S. sales. So they've strategically, they said, raised prices. If you've been to McDonald's lately, there ain't no dollar menu anymore. So they've raised prices like everything else. And looks like it, didn't affect volume of sales because revenue is up at McDonald's. All right, the charts. Speaking of reality, S&P 500. So a pretty dramatic break through the 200-day moving average scenario.
Dean, you weren't there for a little bit
Am I here?
at the start of the chart.
Okay.
Yeah, you cut out briefly.
All right, let me start again. Here's the big picture on the S&P 500. Big wave 3 from the pandemic. There's a wave 4, started up into 5. A plausible scenario is a wave sequence inside a wave 5 of a 3 up, 4 down, and then 5 on up to new highs. It's plausible. It's not guaranteed. Seasonally, cyclically, the end of the year does see a bit of a rally. So we'll see if that forms up, if that becomes the reality. Not quite ready to trade that yet. We do have one open trade. NEE was up at the open. Looks like it's flat right now. We are playing a bit of a bottom feeder off the bottom move here. And it's a nice move with a high, higher, low, high. It's pausing for a moment. Momentum is moving towards positive. So we'll give this a little time. We're past earnings. So we got some time on this, and this still could take off into a nice trade. So, it's a utility. And the sector for utilities is up, so that's helping this particular trade. Reward to risk is still good if you want to get it. We're right at the entry point or a tick or two in profit right now, going back and forth. All right, we had previously traded Alto, and it looks like it could be setting up for another entry. It did put in a low here. It's getting its way up above the 50 again. A move back up to these prior highs, percentage-wise, that's a 10% move. Keep an eye on that. We had looked before at AT&T, gap up, pulled down to the gap, found support at the 50. This could be intriguing. They're past earnings. So that's an interesting one. And then Verizon also is very similar. I think it's got more resistance here, so I like AT&T a little bit better. Uber trying to come up off out of this downtrend. It's a little early to say that it has done that yet. Just kind of keeping an eye on. I'm not ready to put it on the watch list yet, but things that I look at every day and just kind of see how they develop. Speaking of the watch list, we do have trades on a watch list. We do track them, and Eva manages that. So, Eva, good morning.
Good morning.